Good afternoon, everyone. And for those who are watching from different time zones, good morning or good evening. My name is Marilyn. I'm the founder and CEO of Customized Training Solutions Private Limited, or CTS. And we are passionate about helping leaders and organizations who are continuous learners and action takers to transform and thrive in all five P's by co creating customized programs with our world class resources. We have served over 3,000 leaders from over 30 countries in different industries, including Petronas, Sony, PruLife UK, Ayala Group, Chevron, Tencent, Jollibee Foods Corporation, and Shell, to name a few. And we have been interviewing leaders from around the globe, and one of the top problems they face is hiring and keeping the right talents engaged. So today I'm really excited because this is a different topic altogether. We've been doing interviews with regards to leadership and transformation, and today we will be focusing around career coaching. And so I'd like to invite Alicia for to join me in this interview. Alicia is unique, having fulfilled an academic career, a corporate career, freelancer, and now entrepreneur. Holding a PhD in chemistry, Alicia enjoyed a successful scientific corporate career in pharmaceutical industry. Later, as a senior partner to the chief executive officer in a Fortune 500 company, she successfully led more than 20 team transformation while gaining intense training and coaching from McKinsey. Alicia excelled at setting strategy, change management, and operational excellence, and as an internal certified coach. Today, Alicia is an accredited ICF ACC coach. She combines her expertise, experience, skills, and a lifetime of learning to coaching and mentor a global clientele to proactively and holistically manage their careers, supporting them to be more, lead more, and live more. So without so much further ado, I'd like to invite with me Alicia. Hi, Alicia. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Marilyn, for such an elaborate introduction. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's always good to hear about ourselves. Thank you for that. It's nice
you're
to be
welcome.
here.
It's my pleasure to have you here. So this is going to be a very short discussion, more to do with um, more to do with career coaching. So to start with, let's jump in right away. Yeah. So
Sure.
I understand that you're a career coach, and I've introduced you elaborately about what you've been doing lately. And so, as a career coach, what makes someone authentically love their job?
Oh, wow. Such a great question to start off the morning here in Belgium. You on the other side of the globe, of course. It is my pleasure to be here. And of course, I love my job. And maybe that's the best example to ask ourselves, do we really love what we're doing? And it goes back to many career coaches use this example based on the Ikigai principle,
Mm-hmm.
which is the reason for being.
Mm-hmm.
And why are we here? I mean, we work, we play, we eat, we sleep, we do all of this, but why are we really here?
Mm-hmm.
And the Ikigai is based on four principles which many people know but don't really apply. And the
Mm-hmm.
first one is we we love what we do. And this has to do with our passion for different things in life. We all have a uniqueness. We all like different things.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is about whatever we love, we have to be good at it. And if you're good at it, then that's where the virtuous cycle comes in, where if you're good at something, then your passion increases and you continue doing better and better. And the third one is where the purpose comes in. So our cause is what we are doing actually serving a bigger mission
Mm-hmm.
and purpose, not only to the world, but even to our families, our little communities, our countries. You can take it as far as you want. And the fourth one, which is quite interesting,
Mm-hmm.
is we can be paid for coming back to the job. We can be paid for that. And being paid, this is where the mindset needs to shift, because being paid is not only about money.
Correct.
It's about recognition, it's
Mm-hmm.
about appreciation, it's about people, that feedback loop from your bosses, your managers, the people around you, that you are doing well, you are doing a great job, besides the money that you might get from whatever you're doing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's, if you are able to think in those four dimensions, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where career coaches come in, then reflecting on that would help someone to, first of all, appreciate themselves and really go out to find pleasure in what they're doing.
Thank you so much for sharing with us about ikigai. Um, it's not my first time hearing this, and thank you for sharing with our audience who might not be aware of this. And of course, it's as a human, it's all like integrating what you've said, what we love, what we good at, and what the world needs, so that we can be paid for that, right?
Exactly.
And then that's as they said, right, money is the like an end result, or not necessarily an end result, but a byproduct, I mean, of doing already what you're good at and what you love and what the world needs from you, right? Thank you for
Indeed.
sharing with us. So that moves me to the next question, in terms of what is the role of passion and values versus skills and expertise.
Oof, you really prepared for this one, Marilyn. Yeah, passion and values. I mean, skills and expertise, as I spoke about earlier, is the better you are at something, the more you fall in love with it. And the more reward and recognition you get, the more that passion grows. So there's a close relationship. One doesn't bring the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tandem, and it's a virtuous cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So think of an artist who is painting. The passion might be there, but
Mm-hmm.
if they are not, and the skills might be there, but if they are not getting that feedback and recognition, people are not buying their paintings, or they are not getting good reviews, then that cycle breaks. And it's all about, if we come back to the job, if we want our employees to stay with our companies, I mean, our really top star employees, if we want them to stay, then we have to ensure that loop between the passion, between the values of the person linked with the values of the company, of course, is bridged with their skills and with their expertise. And if you're able to do that as if you're an HR or manager, or you are even the CEO of a company or head of department, a senior VP, then you should be looking at your people to see really if that cycle is in place. And it's amazing when it's in place. I've been there, you've probably been there, Marilyn. When it's in place, you get that state of flow, and it's what everyone craves. And then the money is one thing, but you'll be happy. You'll be looking forward to Mondays rather than Fridays.
Wow. And that kept me wondering, actually, because you were like saying how integrated we are, and how it is best that we combine all these, or integrate all these, like passion and values and skills and expertise. And I remember commenting in a LinkedIn post recently about it's a bad idea that you consider your passion in the career that you will take. So this is like kind of confusing, right? Because of course,
Yeah, yeah.
on my take definitely is that you have to have that passion to be able to, like what you mentioned, enjoy what you do and look forward to that Mondays, and waking up and like, oh, I'd love to do my work, and I'd love job or whatever, even like
Indeed.
for us as an entrepreneur, because we always look forward to making a difference and impact to others, right? But then it was like I got a bit confused with that. I
Yeah.
feel that they were saying,
There are many ways to look at it. And, some people can sit and think and dream about what is my passion. If
mhm,
only life was that easy. But like in most things that we do, even for dating, finding the love of our lives, we
mhm,
don't just, maybe sometimes we're lucky, but it
mhm,
doesn't necessarily happen the first time. So it's a case of, in the case of a job, it might be deliberate trial and error. And
mhm,
this is where going back earlier in life, and that's why I support career development for younger people,
mhm,
because they fall into they feel married to their degrees in a way. If they
mhm,
did a degree in accounting, they feel like they have to fulfill an accounting career for the rest of their lives.
mhm,
And okay, you may spend a few years there mastering, but then all those skills will be transferable into something that you might become more passionate about
mhm,
as you learn and experiment in the real world. So I myself, I'm a PhD chemist,
mhm,
but look where my career trajectory took me. I excelled in science and medical in pharma, but
mhm,
then something else was pulling me to
mhm,
support people in their career development. So
mhm,
you have to, that awareness of what's happening with your career and that proactive thinking. Where am I now? And you
mhm,
can do that with yourself. You can do that with your bosses, with your spouse, friends. With a coach, it works faster, of course,
mhm.
and that's an
Definitely.
investment. But it's feasible to do this uh, for yourself.
Thank you for giving clarity on that confusing article that I've read recently. So this is a quick interview. So we're now on our last question. So which is, can we grow to love our jobs? Because from the start, we made mention that passion is also important in choosing what you wanted to do in your career or probably in business
Mhm.
as well. So, but can you actually grow to love your job? And if yes, how?
The $1 million question, right? Well, again, if you follow the trends of career coaching, there are three dimensions fundamentally. Of course, there's the whole career job services, which is about
Mhm,
your resume and your profile and your interview skills and so on. But fundamentally, below that, where people really work with a career coach,
mhm,
is to really find out more about themselves. So
mhm,
it's that discovery, self-discovery before you jump into a resume, before you jump into an interview. It's so important that you know yourself because we're talking about your personality, the way you interact with others. We're
mhm,
talking about your values and not just an assessment. You can download 100 assessments. They are not objective
mhm,
until you speak with someone and really get to the deeper levels of
mhm,
your values, of your beliefs. We all talk about beliefs, and it's a misused word today, but that is fundamentally part of us, and our beliefs and values impacts really is the
mhm,
impact factor for our actions and behaviors. So when we talk about clarity, it's really about knowing yourself.
mhm,
And when we talk about the confidence, which is another key factor, it's about knowing what you're worth and being proud of it. So we're talking about all your skills, all your expertise, all your degrees, all your courses. We have so many tangible skills, yet we have so many soft skills. And many people, when they are looking for promotion or within a company, they are undervalued because they cannot talk about their own capabilities. And that ability to to be able to see what you're worth, that comes through with a career coach. And this
Mm-hmm.
is what we call everything around your career portfolio. And if you have that, then your resume will be the best and your interview skills will be super because you know yourself and you know what you're worth and
Mm-hmm.
you know how your skills can be transferred almost into any domain.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, we have the one about our values.
Mm-hmm.
And our values we spoke about, but this is linked to the mission and purpose, coming back to Ikigai,
Mm-hmm.
and to be really able to love your job. You, and we're talking corporate here, of course, not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
It's about being able to align your values, your mission and purpose with that of the company you work for. And that's why I have nothing against tobacco or alcohol companies, but to use an extreme example, that's why many people, even if they get the best job in those types of industries, they would not accept it. And that's because their values are not aligned with the values of the company. And that happens not only for those two examples, it happens now in the petroleum industry, oil industry. Some people don't support anymore fossil fuels, and then they would not be aligned with those companies. So that's where the full job search strategy that everyone speaks about today,
Mm-hmm.
if you know all of that about yourself, then your job search strategy will be, nothing is perfect, but you will be in a lane where you feel aligned, and therefore you'll be able to select the jobs, reach out to the right people, even within your company,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to find, that sweet spot for you where you, again, you love your job so much that even working overtime would not stress you. You would be so pleased with what you're doing because of the impact it would be having on the environment and the society at large.
Yes. Thank you so much for answering that question beautifully. I remember when I was working with the hotel because I've been in the hotel industry before. And of course, for hoteliers, I would say that it's all about passion because you really
Mm-hmm.
have to work so hard, long hours, most of the time, and being able to serve customers, right, and being able to have that, clarity, confidence you've mentioned, and alignment within your values will be
Mm-hmm.
key to be able to actually love what you do, or love your job, right? So like for our title, I love my job, and I really appreciate how you've actually shared with us how people can actually love their job, right? So thank you so much, Alicia. And before we end this conversation, is there anything more that you'd like to add?
Well, I think what you just said about the hotel in terms of, you love your job, but it was the experience you were helping others to bring to their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And if we think about the impact of our work, and that's something called the happiness factor, which
Mm-hmm.
many coaches also use, and it helps us to find that happiness factor not down the road, but every day in what we do. And
True.
of course, you're probably going to add it, but of course, our masterclass is coming up, so I leave that to you to announce. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So I hand over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Aisha, for this amazing interview and conversation, I would say, on I love my job. So for the next for Tuesdays, we're gonna have this conversation or interview on career coaching on several topics that are related to this as well. And this is in line with our upcoming masterclass on career coaching. Which is going to be on 23rd of June. That's a Wednesday at 4 p.m. And they can see the wording scrolling as well as the link where they can register. So we would like to invite CHROs, CEOs, CFOs, and other senior leaders who would like to know how they can actually retain their high performing team members, right? So we look forward to that, and we look forward to seeing you all and adding value to your organization and to be able to help you, smartly retain your engaged employees within your organization. So with that, thank you so much, Alicia, for this fruitful conversation, and I look forward to the next session or the next conversation with you on Tuesday, and see you then.
Thank you, Marilyn. It was a pleasure. Looking forward to next week.
Yes, thank you, everyone, and see you
Bye for
again.
now.
Bye for now.